Hi Tom, how are you?
Hi Tiff.
The weather has been great. It's about 20 Celsius right now. What about for you? Oh, Fahrenheit, yeah. Cool. I hope you wear a winter jacket. Oh, it's really warm. Okay. I'm so tired of going on different team meetings to spend what feels like hours, in reality maybe just minutes, converting what Fahrenheit is to Celsius and different things. So in this video, we are going to be automating our lives, making our lives much more simple with Python by building a desktop notification that will notify us every single day at 12 p.m. what the temperature is in both Celsius and Fahrenheit. And this is a fun project. Even if this isn't an issue of yours, it's a great way to build with an API, build with Python, build with REPL, build a project that you are using to run a job consistently and send notifications. That's a mouthful, but you get a lot out of this project, even if it's something that you might not use in real life, but maybe you're like me and you will. I'm going to do a challenge. I am going to pin the craziest, the wildest idea of what we should automate. So leave down in the comments. Let's get really creative with this because I feel like I need some fun things to automate. Also, before we get started, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share with you when I was first learning how to build with Python. Python is something that I never used a ton in my day job. So as a developer, I used a ton of JavaScript, I worked with Node a lot, PHP, unfortunately, just kidding. But I never built with Python professionally. It's always been to tinker around, and I love it because it is so in demand for jobs right now. It's evolving with the jobs, meaning so many different areas are using this technology that it's so amazing to learn. On that note though, I want to share with you some courses if you are looking to level up your Python skills, learn more projects, all that great stuff. The first one is 100 Days of Code, the Complete Python Pro Bootcamp for 2023. And this is a course by Dr. Angela, and she is an incredible teacher. Honestly, I would fangirl if I met her, I think. Some people are excited about celebrities. I'm excited about people who teach amazing coding courses. And she always keeps this course really up to date, which I love. It's almost at 1 million students. 1 million students, and the rating is 4.7. So you know it's a great course. And I really like this because you really learn about Python in a fun way where you're building unique projects. So if you are looking to build projects, this is probably the course I would recommend taking. Also too, I linked them down below so you can go check them out. The next one is the Complete Python Bootcamp, Zero to Hero in Python. This is by Jose Portilla, and I really like this course as well. There's actually almost 2 million students who have taken this. And although this course has been around for a while, one thing I love about it is he keeps it up to date. So you know when you are going to be taking this course, you will be getting the most up-to-date technology and knowledge about Python. And two, what I really like is he teaches you different projects. I took this one a long time ago actually when I was first kind of building with Python, and it stood out to me because he teaches you different projects but also really dives into object-oriented programming with classes, talks about Jupyter Notebook, and you kind of get a full spectrum the Python environment, what you can build with Python, what is possible. So if you are looking to really dive into more of the theory meaning, the theory-based side of things, this is the course I would recommend. The next one is Complete Python Developer in 2023, Zero to Mastery. So we went from Zero to Hero and Zero to Mastery now. And this is really cool too because you can build machine learning models. So for people who are interested in more of the machine learning side of things, this is a great place to start. Also too, one thing I like about all of these courses I'm listing is you get a certification. And as you know, nowadays with AI always sifting through our resumes to start with, getting that certification and that text on your resume of building with Python or building with this or that is a huge benefit, not just to please employers, but also to please the AI, which sounds really weird to say, but it's true in the sense of when you are submitting your resume, AI is taking a scan over it. Do you have these keywords? And with these courses, especially with Python, you do. Another little tip on that note is include some keywords of things that you've learned through these courses on your resume. So for this one that I'm sharing with you right now, include things such as machine learning model, include things like function programming. Make sure you do even the versions of Python that you are learning, how to ensure you're up to date with it. Get specific with it. Because you are learning so much knowledge within these courses, it's really important to showcase that. Now, these are just 3 courses that I really enjoy. I have taken in the past and really helped me on board with Python quickly. That being said though, if you are interested in learning Python, JavaScript, web development, data science, whatever the case is, Udemy has always been my go-to place. Like if I showed you my course list on Udemy, I think I might as well like be employed there at this point. I spend so much time on Udemy because it's really, I like it because it's reliable, meaning they always vet who is teaching these courses. They are experts in their area. I also like it too because you can see the course ratings and see the course schedule very clearly, how it's broken down. So aside from Python, you can see here on Udemy, they have different, like you can literally learn everything. We're talking about Python, but the sky is the limit. And also too, you can start by taking one Python course and then building upon it, say taking a machine learning course then. Like the possibilities are endless. And the best part is most of them come, if not all, most of them come with a certification, which is a huge benefit too. Once again, I linked all these down below so you can go check them out. Let's get coding. All right, you can see on screen here, we are going to be using REPL for this. You know already if you've watched some of my videos, I am a huge fan of REPL. REPL, can you like sponsor me or send me t-shirts or something? Because I love you, you're amazing. Anyways, I just think it's a great tool because A, you can share projects, B, you can start coding right away, building interesting things, see other people's projects, and it's just really great. All right, so let's create a new REPL, and for this, we are going to be using Python. Also too, my mouse died. This mouse died. So if you see me like going like this, like a DJ, it's because I'm using my trackpad instead. And this project, let's call weather app. Easy, simple. Mwah. All right, so first thing let's do is get some packages installed. So REPL will install them for you. So we just need to import them. Import requests. What else do we have here? Import schedule. There's a lot, so I will speed up this part. All right, we just imported a lot of packages that we will be using, and I wanna note one thing here. When you see that there's this code coming up, like these suggestions for code, it's because I'm using REPL's paid version, which entails their ghostwriter. So think of it as like, kind of like their internal AI tool to help you code. I don't use it a ton because I just kind of tinker around with REPL. I don't use it for work or anything like that, but it definitely is very accurate, kind of creepily accurate as to what I'm typing. And also to, I think it's really interesting. I got it initially for a video when I was rating different kind of code helpers, but I just kept it so far because I still use it quite a bit, or kind of. Anyways, it's really interesting. So let's start by writing this weather, get our weather. And for this, we will be using an API, which we'll need to get the API key in a sec here. Let's see how accurate it is. URL response, open weather map. You know what, honestly, it's not that far off as to what it is saying, but let's just do our own. So, API key we will need. Oh my gosh, is this accurate? Your API key, yes, correct. No, stop. City name, we're not doing, yeah, we're doing city name. All right, URL, yeah, let's just call this base URL to be consistent. This is crazy how accurate it is. Okay, let's delete all of this. I feel like I'm getting a little too much here. All right, we have API key, then we have our city name, base URL, which we're using open weather map, which is weird that it knew that, city name and API key. For this, actually, I'm gonna take out, you know what? Let's do it my way. This is just, you know what? It's nice. Thanks, Ghostwriter, but I might even turn off Ghostwriter. It's a little annoying right now. Stop. Okay. No, seriously, stop it. Next up, let's add in some base URL, which will be OpenAI weather, yes. And we will also add in our city name, which for me, I'm going to be doing Toronto. I know I'll tab everything over in a sec here. Complete URL entails of, why is this, okay, all right, we were having some issues with Ghostwriter, so I just wrote some code, and it kept on like overwriting what I was writing, and I tried to disable it, but I didn't have much luck. Anyways, so you can see here we have get weather, which we will put our API key here, our city name, base URL, and then complete URL. And then also too, we're going to get the response to the complete URL, and then of course, create that in JSON form. So I have here on the other tab, the API we are going to be using, open weather, and you can find it here. You need to sign up, and at a certain point, if you're doing a ton of requests, a lot of these keys will not be completely free. So it really depends on how frequently you are using them. But for our purpose, using it once a day, totally fine. And then you go to your API. It gets too tricky when I'm not sharing it with you. So let's just be, oops, what the heck? Come here. I just signed up for you. Why are you being difficult? No, it's taking a long time. You know those days where everything just isn't working? All right, this took me a minute, but you can see here, here's our key. So let's go ahead and copy this. Copy, you can also give it a name. And go back into our app, and we'll put our key here. And our city name, I'm going to use Toronto because that's where I am located. All right, so then we are passing in our base URL, API key, and city name. Next up, we need to create a job, so this will run every day at 12 p.m. Eastern. So you can do it whatever time you want, but I'm doing 12 p.m. Eastern. All right, so I'm just gonna continue writing the code and then explaining it to you because it's just getting too tricky with Ghostwriter. But anyways, so what I'm doing now is COD is checking, is coming from the response of the API and ensuring that it's not a 404. From there, if it's not, what we are doing is taking the current temperature in both Celsius and also to Fahrenheit, and then these numbers here are converting it. So that's the difference between the two, and converting it. So then it will return the temperature in Celsius and also to in Fahrenheit. So taking this main temperature and making it both of those. This honestly is so helpful for anyone who works remote or works in various time zones where there's different, well, not time zone necessarily, but different countries where some people use Fahrenheit, some people use Celsius. This honestly, I might be biased because I'm making this project, but I think it's really helpful. All right, next, let's write a job. And essentially what this job will do is check, it will run every day at 12 p.m. Eastern, and then also to send a notification for what the temperatures are. All right, so then I also added in to run a job, which is getting the weather, and then I made a simple title, weather update, but you can make it whatever you want. And then also to schedule every day at 10:07. This should be, I was just testing it out because it's 10:07 right now, but this should be 12 p.m. based on whatever time you actually want it to be, but let's put this back to 12. The problem I'm finding is when I'm running this job, for whatever reason, I had this before in past projects when I use desktop notifications. When I'm recording, when I'm recording my screen, I have trouble sending the notification never comes, and then I stop recording and it comes. So anyways, I'll link this REPL down below so you can tinker and play around with it as well and run it on your machine to see it working in action. And one thing that I really want to note is, how do you keep this job running? So there's various ways to keep this job running. Honestly, I know this isn't perfect and you could write many different things, but if you're just tinkering around and want to build this, the easiest way is to run this script in your terminal and then just keep your terminal open or minimize it down below, and that way it will run on the daily. Now, this isn't perfect. There are tons of better solutions to doing this, but this is more so if you're looking to just tinker, and then if you want to take it to the next level, you can do different things to really keep it running consistently all the time. Actually, I just asked ChatGPT, classic, what other ways there is to keep the Python script running continuously. So yes, terminal, screen session, they have so many different, cron job, of course, task scheduler, background service, the possibilities are endless, which I feel like would be a whole other video for this to do. But at least now we have completed our project of getting the weather and then also to get displaying it in a notification in both Celsius and Fahrenheit. All right, we have automated our life for the day. Another automation done. I need that on a t-shirt, I think. Thank you all for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, but also too enjoyable and fun to watch. Leave down in the comments other video topics you want me to cover, things that we should automate with our lives. All right, I'll see you all soon. Thanks everyone.